So, welcome back to yet another episode of Young Gun Disc Golf. I'm TJ Rodriguez, and today I'm just going to show you guys my suggestions of putters. Normally, what I'd be doing in this series is what your go-to putter should be. Well, I mean, it's pretty simple. Most putters fly relatively the same within 40 feet or so. The only difference in flight is once they get past like 50 feet of the basket or something like that. Then headwind and tailwind's going to be an issue and stuff like that. But just for your main putting, like your inside the circle putting, I want to suggest a couple discs to you guys that I know a lot of people use and I personally use and stuff like that. So I'm just going to start off with the very basic. If you're just new to the game, get yourself a DX AVR. There's no doubt about it, the greatest disc of all time. More champions have used the AVR than any other disc pretty much on the planet. Most sold disc of all time, I want to say. And it's just a great overall straight putter with just barely a bit of fade. As far as headwind goes, it's just like any other putter. Just throw it low and it'll raise it up to the basket. Throw it high in the tailwind and it'll push it down some more. So get yourself a DX AVR if you haven't already. They're just a great disc, especially to warm up with. This is probably the greatest disc ever just to get 10 putters of, and you just putt in the backyard. It'll definitely make you a better player. So get yourself one of these. Another version of the AVR is a V-Chain AVR. So if you guys are lucky enough to find one of these, go for it. The only difference in these older versions of the AVR is that there's a small bead at the bottom that a DX AVR nowadays doesn't have. So I don't know if you can tell on camera or anything like that, but there's like a sort of a small bead along the edge, and these are actually pretty rare discs now. So like I said, if you guys can find one, pick one up for a reasonable price, and these are going to be great discs to use. When I first started, it's actually what I used. I started with a V-Chain AVR like this, and another one that had a flying gesture stamp on it. I think I had that in like my first in the bag video. So yeah, these are great putters to use. Another version of an AVR. Oh wait, I actually have that flying gesture right here. The reason why I was going to show you guys this is because you guys might like different feels of plastic for your putter. Personally, I like chalky plastic, stiff plastic, sort of relatively soft plastic if I can find it. Sort of like Art Pro, but I don't really use Art Pro much. But you could tell that this disc is pretty soft. It has some flex to it. That's why I use this a lot, because it just hit the chains easy. It's a great overall disc to use. The small bead AVR is awesome. This is basically the same model as the V chains. Another version of the AVRs I was gonna show. There's KC AVRs out there, which are basically big bead versions of normal AVR, just stiffer plastic. I like personally to use the Mic Pro AVRs. These are my go-to putters right here, for now anyway. They haven't really failed me because of myself. They've more failed, or because of the disc is what I should say. It's mainly just myself. I gotta practice more, get more of these and start practicing with them. These are great overall flyers. They have a little bit of fade at the end. They're pretty decent in headwind. And I can't wait to get myself some more of these. These are great discs for my bag. If you like to putt obscure stuff, go with the Hammer. A Hammer, XD, stuff like that. Pretty much a Hammer is just the XD with the bead on the bottom is what I've heard from players. My dad uses them. As you can probably tell by his other video, this is his favorite disc of all time, like the rest of his discs are. But if they weren't, they wouldn't be in his bag like he said. So the Hammer definitely helps him and helped a lot of other players in the late 90s. So late 80s, early 90s, somewhere around there, and still to this day helping out a couple players around the world, including my dad. So if you guys are thinking about picking up an obscure putter, go on the Interval Pro Shop. They have tons left, I think, and they all come in this cool red colors, and the stamp varies from different color to color. So pick a Hammer up if you want. It's a faster putter too, like the next two I'm about to show you. The Dart is a great beginner disc, beginner friendly upshot to putter disc. My brother picked one up a while back and he loved it for a while. It goes just dead straight, especially off the drives and stuff like that. A lot of players like to use a dart. Uh, it just flies dead straight, almost like a Nova, except like a faster Nova is what I would probably call it. Uh, Not the way it feels at all, but just the straight flight path of it, and it's also I would probably say a smaller diameter arrow because it's just the dead straight. Like I said, this disc is supposed to hold its line no matter what. This next Speed 3 putter is a Hydra. It actually floats in the water, which is cool. So if you're a newer player and you want to risk those deadly water shots or whatever in case there's a water hazard behind the basket, go ahead and pick up one of these. These float in water, so it'll be easier to get your disc out. It's really stiff. Get yourself an R Pro one if you don't like the stiffness. Also, one thing I have to mention about floating water discs is that most of the time they'll be like sort of waxy. They'll have this waxy crayon feel to them. I sort of like that. I don't hate it and I don't dislike it. I like it personally, and it's a great disc, and it helped me make a lot of putts back when I first started. So get yourself a Hydra. It's one of the most beginner-friendly discs out there. Also, this one I've read flies sort of like a magnet. At least Disc Golf Center says it does. The same flight ratings and everything. And that's an Omega. An Omega by Millennium. When Millennium first started out, they made their base plastic like DX Plastic. Their sister company of Innova. They make pretty much all their molds from Innova discs. So that's kind of cool. This one is a pre-Millennium plastic disc. It's very chalky, very grippy. So it has some flex to it. It's not the softest disc in the world, but it's definitely up there in softness. Then they changed it to what they have now. It's the sort of pro-like version of their plastic. It's called Millennium. This is what their baseline plastic is nowadays. It's basically just pro. The Omega has a very little bead, if no bead at all. Maybe I'm just making it up. But the Omega AP disc is a great disc to use. I was practicing with it the other day, and I was sinking some nice putts with it. So yeah, definitely get you guys one of these if you're into Millennium or any other small time company like that. Give them a shot. And then you guys have seen this disc before. I want to say it's the first run Omega Super Soft with the cool looking stamp on it. It's cool because it's on a black disc, and black discs are always the best. This is just like super soft though. I mean, you could bend it into a taco. It'll hold its shape pretty nicely. It sticks to the chains easy. If you guys are into soft putters, definitely check out an Omega Super Soft. The stamp has changed, so don't be worried if it's not this stamp because it's pretty rare now. I just showed you guys for fun. At the bottom of the pile where it should be, and I don't like this disc at all, but a lot of people do, and I'll probably get a lot of criticism for dissing this disc, but I hate this disc. The Wizard. I just don't like it. I was never able to putt with it. Every time I putted with it, it would just not stick to the chains at all or anything. And newer versions of this disc would probably be the Judge. If you guys try to judge, then it's pretty much like a Wizard, an overpowered Wizard is what I would say. I mean, the bead on this thing is huge. It's a small diameter disc, 21 centimeters across, and that's it. Most putters would be 21.1 or 21.2 centimeters. This disc is only 21.00, so it's a pretty small putter. Don't like it at all, but it is. I do give it props for being a good headwind putter. It is good for that, and it comes in a variety of different plastics. It comes in soft, super stupid soft. I want to say medium. I think this is the soft version. I mean, it's pretty flexible, and it holds its shape pretty nice. I don't know what run of Wizard it is. I want to say my dad tells me it's a first run because it's sort of like the Wizard dude all sketched into the disc right there. I don't know personally, but who knows? Maybe it is the first run, for all I know. Try out Vibram disc. I mean, Vibram is really good. A good friend of my dad's and a friend of mine is sponsored by Vibram. Nolan Grider, he's sponsored by Vibram. I don't know what disc he uses. I want to say he puts with the Sol and he upshots with the Obex or stuff like that. But yeah, definitely check out the Vibram lineup of putters. They got the VP, which is overstable. They got the Summit, which is understable, which is this right here. They've got the Ridge, which pretty much goes dead straight, flies similar to an AVR. They also got the Sol, which is more of a putter-shaped putter, and it's pretty overstable. Pretty, I would say, between a Ridge and a VP, as far as I know. But the Summit, to me, is my favorite Vibram disc of all time, and in this cross-link blend between X-Link and X-Link Firm, there's barely anything comes close to this with any other company besides Innova. So this is my favorite disc of all time that's not Innova, and it's actually I actually like it a lot better than a lot of other Innova stuff. It's pretty soft, as far as flexibility goes, and it's just a great overall disc. I like using it a lot. It's my driving putter pretty much. And then the last but not least, this is what I really want to change my putters up to. If I could find 3 more discs like this, I would totally change out my putters completely. That would be this. No, it's not the classic AVR. Even though it looks like it on the front, it's no classic AVR. I promise you guys that. It's a DX Big Beat AVR. These are, these were the bread and butter of Innova's main disc back in the 90s. People could throw these far. I mean, my dad tells me stories of the top pros out here throwing Big Beat AVRs about 500 feet or so. So that's just ridiculous. I personally don't use it for driving. I'd use it for putting. I don't put it in my tub. I don't put it in my bag because it's such a rare disc. I don't want to lose the only one that we have. My dad doesn't like it very much, but the way I was putting with it the other day, I kind of really want to put this in my bag. This is really pretty much the best putter I've held in a very long time, and that's even including the Mech Pro AVRs and the DX AVR. The equivalent to this nowadays would probably be the KC Pro AVR. It's not as stiff. It's not as soft as this. This isn't really soft, or I should probably have said that this isn't as stiff as the KC Pro, but still pretty stiff in its own right. Yeah, if I could get 3 more discs like this, it would be awesome. It's just the overall feel of the disc is amazing, and I can't wait to find more of these, because the second I get 3 of these, I'm going to be putting lights out. I can promise you that. That's all the putters I have here to suggest to you guys. Check out Magnets and Challengers from Discraft. Check out Pures from Latitude 64. Check out the Judge, obviously the Judge and Warden from Dynamic Discs. There's probably a couple putters I'm leaving out that I'd suggest to you guys, but if you guys have any other putters that I didn't mention in the video, put them in the comment below. And I have big news for this channel also. Sorry that I haven't been posting videos in like 2 weeks, I want to say. It's only because I've been planning for next week for spring break. There's going to be a lot of video opportunities for me. I want to put out a couple vlogs because I'm going on vacation to San Antonio, and one of the courses there is beyond amazing. I absolutely love it. The first 4 holes are crap, but I'm going to give you guys like a little tour of the whole course, hopefully, and just random stuff. Pretty much stuff that doesn't have to do with disc golf or anything like that. Just me messing around. 5-hour trip to San Antonio. I'm probably going to take a couple videos of randomness, all the stops we're going to take, stuff I'm going to do while I'm there, but there are going to be a couple disc golf related videos for sure. So check those videos out once they come up on YouTube. That's probably going to be like my big video come out. I'm probably going to be releasing at least a video a day that week. Hopefully, if I could get Wi-Fi at the hotel we're at. If not, then I'll just release them all at once, one after the other. it would probably be much easier for me that way. So, wow, I talked a lot in this video. Oh well. I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching, and if you liked what you saw, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you liked what you saw also, like I just said, that doesn't make any sense. But if you liked if you liked what you saw, make sure to hit the like button as well. And I'll see you guys later. So peace.